as possible, just it creeps. By the time then you get Manta Style, maybe maybe the Basher as well, if it's a good game. Then you can start joining fights, you can start maybe finding pickoffs here or there. The quick Blink, Manta, the Bash here or there, and then Mana Void. Yeah, as it stands, he's quite far away from that. Now YG making rotation here to try and prevent him from actually putting on enough pressure on his tower to bring it down. So, not giving up anything in exchange for this tier 1 top.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Oh, well defended by just the Weaver. I don't know how he managed that. That's some real fear in the eyes of the Radiant. But it does mean that they have an option open to them, which I didn't talk about, was defending tier 1 top. I feel like this is perhaps overtly risky, but we'll see how they do.
Well, there's that Earthshaker Blink Dagger, which they do not know about just yet. So there's a very real possibility that RQ overcommit here and just get rumbled. There it is. Okay, Monkey King actually comes in from the side. Ultimate being used. But everyone making their way out just to secure the tower. Rappy not actually getting last hits, so slightly mistimed with the net blast, but looks good. But now Mass TP's mid. They get the extra slam on the Enchantress, but they need a bit more than that. Untouchable. Pretty damn strong at this point, but Rappy's there to save the day. Full 5-minute rotation, so I guess going back to what you said earlier, just get the tower really quickly, go for the defense.
Yeah. They didn't get the defense fast enough, though. You know, the Radiant still got the tower. There's like a rogue catapult still whacking away at it. They got the kill on the Enchantress, though, which is a nice little bonus for them, you know. 210 gold across to the Monkey King. Tier 1 top. I've got to say, the Radiant... Oh, mid lane. Is that Earth Spirit okay? Yeah, he's fine. Yeah. The top lane went much better for the Radiant than I ever could have imagined. They forced ultis out of the Dire team. They still lost their tier 1, sure, but like you said, the last hit didn't go to the Pugna, didn't go to the Monkey King or anything like that. But this tier 2 mid pressure coming in very hard from Happy Feet, as they'll lose their tier 1 bottom to the AM.
Well, it's all they're really looking for, the smaller space for the Intimates, but it's so freaking costly. They're trying to engage into it now with the Ember Spirit TPing in. The long roll, follow-up stun will not connect on Rappy.
Oh, look at Jesse Vash. Is he really able to hide him? No.
Seriously? No, they find him.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, sad Witch Doctor.
That's fine. It's
it's not fine. He doesn't have 1,000 net worth to his name. Come on.
It's a freaking Witch Doctor. Like, who cares if he dies? Oh, right. Interesting. Did he do it? No, he thought about it. Okay, so there was a possibility. And I
thought. Smoke rotation down towards the bottom lane. Jules. Oh, good blink. Just in time. And can they still catch him here, actually? With a remnant forward, smoke not really going to work, and the chains will connect. TP reaction was already being bursted down. Jesse Vash now might also be in trouble, but hey, who's in trouble? It is the Radiant side. Monkey King coming through, pounding through 2 people. Buyback on the Earthshaker. Not sure about this one, but they will also secure Jakiro kill eventually here.
They were drawn in and sucked in, and it really wasn't worth it. They dove for the Earthshaker, thought it was going to be a free kill, then you see Jesse Vash TPing in, you're like, what? Why is a Witch Doctor TPing in next to the Earthshaker when we're diving him? We can kill them both, surely. But it's the backstab, you know, it's the jump in from behind, the Monkey King's there, all of a sudden Pugna has arrived. Oh wait, the Earthshaker's brought back to get another kill? Sure, it's all worth it, it's fine. And RRQ, they thought they had something going for them. It really didn't work out in the end. But this Anti-Mage, you know, we went through his item progression and we talked about everything, but there was one thing that had such a low percentage chance of happening. Bot lane shouldn't really come to anything. Ember should be fine here.
Yeah, he's thinking about maybe going on Jules in return, but Jesse Vash still being there.
Yeah, we
make it a little bit hard.
We talked about all of AM's normal item builds. Diffusal Blade is an item that very often you want to buy against Pugna. And you might think, why AM? Why AM would you want to buy Diffusal Blade against Pugna? His decrep means that you can blow him up with Mana Void. But that's not true if you jump the Pugna and he insta-decreps himself, because then you do no damage. You know, you're not actually able to burn his mana, you're not able to do any damage to him because you can't right-click him, and now your Mana Void does nothing because his mana pool is still full. So Diffusal Blade is an option on AM just to be able to get the first hits in there, you know, Diffusal, then you buy your Manta, and then you're able to fully destroy the Pugna. And the AM had it in his quick buy for about 10 seconds, and I was so excited. And then he went back to Yasha and back to Panther. But I thought I'd just bring that up as, you know, an option for people who might think that buying Diffusal on an AM might be, you know, counterintuitive or not optimal against the Pugna, but it gives you options.
Yeah. I mean, if the item allows you to get kills on important targets, then, like, what else do you really need out of your items, right? That's that argument to be made, just in general. But yeah, for now, speaking of items, Monkey King just finished up the Shadow Blade. So, more kill potential in him, even more backstab potential. He's been doing a good job even without it so far. So, do you think Happy Feet actually is on a timer now, despite the Monkey King being as strong as he is?
I don't know. It depends on the Pugna. You know, it's kind of what I was saying at the end of the draft. It's one of those ethereal, dynamic timelines that you're never quite able to put your finger on why or when it happens. You know, with the old Drow Ranger lineups with like 35 minutes and then she's done pretty much. Newer Drow lineups, we kind of look at it and think, depending on itemization, you can last up to 50, but once you get super late game against certain characters, you're done. With a Pugna, this hero can, like, solo win. Oh, Weaver dies top lane, but whatever.
Wow.
Pugna can, like, solo win early game, mid game, late game with, like, Octarines, Hexes, Shivers Guard, Aghanims. Like, it's so hard to define this hero, you know? It's like a tinker almost.
Yep. Well, for now, they take the tier 2. Try to deny it here really cheaply, but it's almost impossible even with the glyph. Well played, Pugna will be able to tie that up, and now, well, bottom lane, Monkey King. Not sure you want to go on him, the Yakov Slam on 2, and that'll be 2 easy kills. On top of the tower down here as well, and now 2 heroes down without buyback, Anti-Mage still not in completely comfortable fighting shape. This is going to be a high ground poke. Just walk up, spam the Nether Blast if nothing else.
Yeah. They don't have a catapult. It has been stolen by the Enchantress, but they'll...
There it is, ultimate comes out.
Nice decrypt.
Just the zoning ult, and okay. Follow-up control here, just keeping Enchantress inside that ultimate now with the Death Ward, but the Shrine will be able to keep keep the Enchantress alive. Another Nether Blast as they jump out, just as the ultimate ends. Well, tower already down to 400 health points. Pretty solid.
Yeah, they have a wave of the Rives, but it's much more efficient for them to go back, defend top lane, shove Anti-Mage away from these safe farming areas that he's kind of made for himself, and his team have with these Observer Wards down. But that's pretty much full control of the map that's going to be regained by the Dire.
For Jules. We've got to find him too. Mana Void to finish. Now, Monkey King. Well, they will not prevent the tower kill here, but looking for the Anti-Mage. No mana for Blink, actually. Quite ironic indeed to kill Tuzat. Will just die for the first time in quite a while this game. And now, Aerospirit has a defensive remnant up, not too far away, but they have no way of keeping taps on him.
Yeah, they need to add a talent for AM to remove the mana cost of Blink, because I know, honestly, stuff like that, or when you're against a Phantom Lancer and the PL just rushes you, and you need to carry a mango or something with you, like, that come on. Ice Frog, can we just, like, I don't know, get rid of his 20 attack speed talent, get rid of his -1 Blink second cooldown talent, whatever, just remove mana cost of Blink. Thanks.
Just get rid of his mana entirely. Make all the spells free, or maybe cost a few health
They aren't
points.
spells, they're abilities. Get it right. Say no to magic, jeez.
I mean, like, he's in case of Mana Void, he's waving his hands in the air and people explode. If that's not magic, then I don't know.
Telekinetic abilities.
In my opinion.
Telekinetic abilities, dude. How? Like, that's not magic.
It's the same thing, dude. 100% the same thing.
What's the... what? Oh, top lane? Trouble?
Rappy walking by, still gets stuns, but for that he has seals up. He needs some help from the rest of his team though, and he does get it. YG, we catch Zephyr on the side with the bugs, and, well, Monkey King also there, just to provide moral support and a bit of a bound strike. It's a bit of a turnaround. Jules, well, he's had enough of this game.
So, you're saying that Professor X is a magician?
Sure. Sure.
Nah, get out of here. That's not happening.
What was that saying? Any technology sufficiently advanced enough is indistinguishable from magic.
Yeah, sure enough, whatever. I don't care about you anymore. I showed you one magic trick, I showed you one card trick in Turkmenistan, and now you're all enlightened and shit.
I know, right? As much magic as all of this shit here. Diffuse blades, we were talking about it. For the anti-mage, but we've also been talking about it for the Monkey King, and now, of course, also pretty decent item on the Weaver. Very cost-effective damage, especially with the Germinate attack, so even more mana burn for the anti-mage to work with. Is it at a point where he can pick up a BKB this game eventually?
The AM.
Yeah.
I think if you buy a BKB on heroes like AM, then you have resigned yourself to a loss. But he may need to do it.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Look at this tower once again. This just very low commitment too.
Jules tried to
How do you deal
cancel.
with this?
Jules tried to cancel TP's bot when they were trying to defend top, and that would have opened things up. But unfortunately, he missed out and couldn't actually get it done. And AM is actually, he's split pushing significantly here. He's doing a great job. Happy Feet are forced back. A contest of Roshan is definitely going to be the next big thing, though. The Radiant need to shove out this top wave as hard as they can, and then go and have that kind of standoff mid lane to keep their wave across the river. So you force your opponents to sit back and defend while Roshan is opened. But that's like for sure where the next fight's going to kick off, and probably going to be the defining moment of this game. Aegis on one of these teams really does open things up to full high ground assaults.
Appreciate it.
So the teams know it as well. Oshaka carrying a smoke, they're using it now. Drawing the line down middle lane, someone needs to take care of this, and then I guess they could just try and sneak straight into a Roche pit, but they have very limited vision. But they do see 3 heroes up in the top lane.
Radiant scan caught them.
Oh.
So Radiant knows something's up.
Roshan actually falling pretty quickly though. Lightstone only still.
The body
but
blocks.
Also helped for quite a while.
The catapult got body blocked on the way in, so they knew there was someone there, but they also scout it out. Oh, if they force a fit here and then AM pushes.
Jules is inverse sitting there here, and Jesse Vash will give us life, but they do secure the Aegis now. They're looking for more follow control. Easy crit there with Boundless Strike. So 1-for-1 trade in the end, and they might even find Zephyr up here. Jules keeping tabs on him. And the rest of the team have not the willingness to try and help him out, but at least he's creating some space. But is it enough space? Anti-Mage down bottom, he took the tier 2. Rapidly reacting a little bit too late.
I feel like their best chance was to try and force and hard commit for a fight while AM split pushes bot lane. But they kind of half did it. Half the team were committed, half the team backed up. The Ember Spirit got one last slight chains, and he was getting the hell out of there. He wasn't involved in the fight anymore. So I feel like if they had made a more concerted effort to go all in on one way or the other, full in or full out, then it's fine. But AM unfortunately couldn't get too much done, and now might be able to get a kill on Rappy, and in fact he does. Pugna blasted there by the Mana Void.
Without the Pugna here, this push is actually much harder than it was earlier when they chipped it away. Did so much. Now Monkey King, they might even just trigger the Aegis here with a couple of low committal spells, and they do. RQ keeping themselves in, especially if they can get the follow kill on Monkey King. Force up though from Jules, and now with the Echo Slam, you just annihilate the Enchantress.
See ya, Bambi.
For it, and yeah, they just call for the retreat anyway. One will be cancelled though. Jules will be next one on the list eventually here. Unless YG, okay, 10 leaves around on Zephyr. Go check a silence. Weaver gets a time lapse off. Not much health gain, but it's eventually back with the Death Ward. I didn't think HF will had the ability to fight this, especially with the Monkey King finishing the TP out, but hey.
Oh, is Jules okay?
Other heroes is very powerful. Okay, maybe not. Maybe
He's
not.
got Force Staff, eh? Jules is so good at this game. Unfortunately, AM has Blink.
Oh no.
So that's a lot of damage on tier 3 bot by the AM. Brings it down to like a third of its HP. Top tier 3 nearly dead, and they still hold the advantage to Happy Feet, but it's getting tenuous now. It's getting more and more difficult. Yeah. But remember, this all started, they're pinging it. It was pinging the Pugna's dead body, where it used to be. It all started with the Pugna dying here. And that's why the retreat had to happen top lane, why they had to start TPing, why the fight kicked off. and why things got so messy. So when they have it's just again, it's a matter of commitment this time for Happy Feet and not RRQ. If they'd committed for a top lane push instead of having this bo2 travel free Pugner who desperately needs them and has them in his quick buy, if they have him involved, then it's all fine.
Yep. I mean, Rappy was part of that bottom push instead of just being caught out there. The tower would have been dead for sure at the very least. That would have opened up the shrines so far. All of them are still very much safe on either side of the map. And now a bit of a smoke rotation. They will find the Weaver. Can he get a time lapse off? Well, the answer is no. Way too much control.
What can they do with this, though? That is the question. You've found a kill. You've placed an observer ward. Can you push top lane? Can you defend bot lane? Can you do both?
Well, Yabi is here. Just a remnant back up in the top lane, one would imagine. Or where is it? I don't know. Yeah. In any case, in a couple of seconds, he can boost the travel back up, but Jules revealing himself as there's no commitment. But Monkey King, you know he's here. I'm not sure.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Let's get the tier 2 tower. Oh, just keeps jumping about. Very dangerous territory. Exactly. This is why they're gonna go on him. He doesn't have the BKB, but he cannot get it off. Just gets straight up burst down. That's a lot of extra money for Kel'Thuzad or Jules. He was trying to help. Now he's in this, but do they really care? No, they do not. They have a gem on Zephyr. All of a sudden, RRQ then in a position to not just take high ground, but take maybe 2 sets of racks. Kel'Thuzad just straight up to the bottom lane. Finish up the tier 3 that's worked on earlier. They will catch Jesse Bash for the chains. Burst him down too here. YG, it's all down to him and Rappy to try and turn things around. With that suck, he does hit the Aghanim Scepter, so he will be able to suck indefinitely. Yabi will be brought down by the Weaver, but at what cost? There is 2 tier 3s so far. Kel'Thuzad still very much alive and kicking. YG barely getting that ultimate off. He cannot continue to fight alone. Shrine up. Only the Ember Split down so far.
Happy Feet, what have you done?
Gaming in the side.
The Filipino throw. With the intro boys, whatever you want to call it, it's all gone downhill. They're losing their base. They're gonna lose another lane of racks here. AM just runs in and starts cleaving people to death. Oh, this game was like in the bag.
Slow. Kel'Thuzad actually out of mana now. Echo Samus Jules comes back onto 2 with the 4-staff. They bring down the Intimate and looking for the Enchantress too, and we'll be able to find him. All right, they defend, but at what cost? Again, 2 racks down now. You said it, the Filipino throw. Can they recover from this now?
Well, they're gonna have to try, right? They have a super farmed Monkey King. AM sure is starting to hit his prime. I still think this is a draft versus draft timing window kind of deal. This is just Happy Feet being caught with their pants down twice, right? You know, top lane they lose out because the Pugner got caught bot. Then the Monkey King had to TP away. This time, they got caught because there were 2 heroes bot lane shoving hard, and they were trying to catch up to them and meet with them to have the 5-man push, and they just get sliced down the middle. It was good play by RRQ with their kind of smoke into the dire northern jungle and then loop back around towards the Ancients in the east. But it's I think it's just slow and sloppy from Happy Feet.
There we go. Ultimate not just being pulled the trigger on yet from Monkey King. They just finished up the tier 3 themselves. Now looking for more kills. There's no animation. Should have figured out. They just no buyback bed now. YG to zone BKB. Lift also used times to regain some health. Follow up control. They just want to try to equalize this rack situation. And we'll get it at the very least here in this bottom lane. But Zephyr comes in with a double stun. Can it make something more happen after this? BKB now from Monkey King. He's still taking a bit of physical damage, but not enough to really prevent him from getting out the ultimate. Just a zoning ult. Now the Weaver, 4-staff, keeps him safe for the time being. Another 4-staff. Back up to the high ground, but the Remnant nuke is enough from the Ember Spread. Rappy caught in the middle of 5 heroes.
Man,
2 very important targets to give up here at the end of that push.
Yeah, this is tragic. This is really, really tragic. Sure, they get the melee racks at bot lane. They balance things out there, but there's still a racks down as mid lane melee dire side has been destroyed. That was like a super all-in push. They get what they want, but when they're retreating, they don't fully extract because this AM now is an absolute monster.
Yeah.
He is an absolute monster. He did buy the BKB. Felt like it was a game-closing item, you know, one of those items where you're like, I'll get this, I'll use it once, and then the game ends. And with the 10-second BKB, that's probably what it's going to amount to. No one is going to be able to touch him. He's going to run straight into an enemy hero, and he's going to kill them.
Now to Jules here as well. The Monkey King, yeah. Slam big on 3. They bring down 1, but Keltu that now. That's a BKB. Can you find the target? He'll find Jesse Vash as he tries to throw down an ultimate now. Monkey King now, he's the one without the mana and without his life. He does have buyback. They might have to use the rest of his team also coming back alive. They will hold on to the tier 3 top. And middle lane range 16 health points with the creeps.
The AM Butterfly kept him alive. Monkey King couldn't quite finish him. He was like 1 hit away.
Oh man, well, Koala doesn't have that same luxury. He will end up for it. Keltus are just proving to be a force to be reckoned with, yeah.
As a sick Echo Slam, though, you've got to say, you know, Jules went in there. Unfortunately, he didn't have the full backing of his team. You know, if that was an Echo into Wukong's command and Boundless Strike onto 3 people, you probably see the Dire, you know, walk over the Radiant team, and very little else happens, then they shove out. But with everything being reset here and Dire, they're, you know, 1 racks down. I did make it sound like a big deal. Now it's a full lane middle is gone. They can potentially just, you know, hold out and defend this. They've got decent heroes to do so. But it's...
No. YG gets a BKB off, and then it'll be a retreat. Keltus with the Invis rune. Might stick around, though, until the Weaver's BKB expires, which is right now. They're going to try again. And the chain's actually on the money. Time Nap's out of it. 4 heroes trying to track down his Weaver.
But yeah, keeping this lane pushed out like there, you see you can get caught very easily. A BKB's forced. But they need to do this. They need mid lane to be pushed out because Roshan's up soon. Roshan is up in 1 minute, and they need to be able to secure this. A fight around it, whether they win or lose, Aegis has to be found by one of these teams dancing around them.
Like 2 people linking on just to get the Akinoon at the same time. Would have been juicy for Earthshaker. Does have another Echo Slam regardless, but having that on a lower cooldown might just be decisive for any sort of follow-up high ground push. It stands.
I'll take that.
With standoff here. And Roshan coming back 25 seconds. Which is close to max respawn time, I believe. Gabby coming through, force up, Invis here, and the cast bouncing, but not for too long. Witch Doctor, first one to fall. They're keeping Jules alive, but only just. They need to run away, but hey, there's the backs up. YG and Meliodas coming through. Now Echo Slam on 2, including the Anti-Mage. They bring down Enchantress, they bring down Ember Spirit overall. 2 for 2 trade. Can they find more? Well, Takiro's a foregone conclusion, man. All gonna be down to this Anti-Mage. He finds the Mana Void on 1. YG, one more swap with a time lapse, though. Can't quite get it. Now Monkey King refocusing, showing himself, and they'll prompt the retreat there from the Anti-Mage.
What is this game? Roshan's like, you stupid teenagers.
It's not even safe. I'm not sure.
Get off my lawn! Stop making all the noises with your rock music. You know, like all this ruckus outside Roshan's pit. What the hell is happening? You got to be wondering how he feels. But what is that? 3 for 3. 4 heroes survive. Earth Spirit AM across Radiant, Monkey King, and Weaver on the Dire. Just a huge mess. Who's respawning faster? Happy Feet have another 34 and 24 or so on their Earthshaker and Pugna respectively. So the Radiant, they sprint straight into the Roshan, realizing they have the kind of, you know, respawn advantage, so to speak here. The Dire have to be very, very aware of what they could be doing, though. Jesse Vash, this is dangerous territory, but you need to go and scout this Roshan out. If it goes to the Radiant, this game might just be over.
How do you contest this, though? I mean, even if Earthshaker was back right now, it doesn't have another Echo Slam for 25 seconds. That's way too much time to wait. Champ already dead, and, well, Aegis in the hands of the Anti-Mage. Cheese picked up by the Ember Spirit. Shit just got hard if you're Happy Feet. Still, they've proven to be quite resilient so far. They have the ability to dish out the damage. The Echo Slams have been absolutely amazing for Jules, and one of these days, one of these Echo Slams might just lead them to victory anyway, especially if they can maybe catch a score, nothing decisive on it. Try and find something here at the Radiant side of the map. They'll finish up the shrines. A little bit of extra money and map control at the very least. That top lane, that's the only last lane that's intact for Happy Feet. Surely they have to defend this. Still here, Gareth. Okay. Alright. I was a bit worried, but now there it is, the courier. I'm not gonna go for it here. They want the bigger target. They might just be able to snipe the range racks if they really want to, but yeah, they're looking for heroes, but somewhere else entirely. Happy Feet down in the further in the bottom lane.
This, like, I've been answering this message. I've just been looking at the mini-map, like, every now and then. There's dance around the freaking map, like, up, down, right, left, trying to, like, replay the Konami code or something, typing out A and B. It's ridiculous.
Finally snap to tier 3 just with the blink in and force out all of these TPs. Well, this is it. If Happy Feet can win this fight, they hold on for another couple of minutes.
I don't know. Like, if you look at the buybacks, Ember and AM both have buyback. Monkey King is the only dire hero to hold a buyback right now. Even if Happy Feet win the fight, if Monkey King is the only one to survive it, I think it means much.
Well, Weaver. Alright, that just might have been the killing blow right here. He was trying to just anticipate the movement, trying to create space, push out these lanes, but he gets caught this time. As I said, he does not have buyback whatsoever. Time for the final push.
Yep, time for the final push.
Alright, Jules, you need to find the right Echo Slam. They gotta go. Oh no, he's getting caught actually. A couple of right clicks here, force off back. They're fighting inside of Monkey King ultimate. It's just a zoning factor. But it's enough. They don't find anything. Now Meliodas actually in a lot of trouble trying to get back. Jeffy Vash sacrificing himself, but he's still caught between 4 heroes. He gets brought down. There's the Echo Slam though. No immediate follow-up. They only get the Aegis. Monkey King with the buyback, but no more ultimate. Coming in, where's that? Coming in only now with the Boundless Strike. Trying to lock down the Anti-Mage, but Kel2's just way too strong. Follow-up control from the rest of the team as Zephyr rolls back in, pops out his old ultimate. The Ice Path catches Jules in the back. And it's all over, but the crying Happy Feet.
Yo,
be forced to call GG soon.
That was such a sick geomagnetic grip from the Earth Spirit, honestly. So the Earthshaker Blink echoes the 3 of them, and then between Echo and Enchant, which is, you know, the normal combo, you Blink Echo, then you Enchant to get the extra stun. The Earth Spirit actually silences him, so there wasn't that additional stun, which allowed the cheese to come out from the Ember Spirit, and allowed the fight to kind of turn around and flow through, or else perhaps Happy Feet would have had the control they needed to get the other heroes into battle. Now Ember, oh, he's in trouble.
Yep. He's dead, but do they really care?
Mega Creep's
don't quite have Megas,
here.
but it's only range racks there, down on bottom line. Should be easy enough to snipe with the next push.
But that's an Ember Spirit with no buyback. How long until he's 1,000 gold away from it? This is an opening. This is an opening for Happy Feet. If they realize that they don't have many opportunities to actually go and end this game or even win the game, then this is their window. If they can get these lanes pushed out and actually breach enemy base, you know, it's far-fetched, but it could happen. And I think this is their, like, they don't know that Ember doesn't have buyback, right? That is the one thing. It's like, if he has buyback, if we go there and we try and fight, we lose the game. So it's very easy for me to be up here and with my bird's eye view and knowledge of buyback status to be saying this is like their only window. But obviously the safe thing is to sit back, defend your final racks, and defend around your tier 4s for the ultimate safety against the anti-mage, because you know he's going to be split push. But we'll see what Happy Feet do.
Well, they're grouping up, looking for a fight. They have the smoke on the courier. So even trying to bait out YG in the middle lane, just trusting him to stay alive long enough for them to reach. But it doesn't look like RRQ.
So this is pretty cool. They're trying to find a gank in that window. So this is something that you can do if Ember has buyback or not, right? The window in which Ember is thinking, I shouldn't buy back here, is, you know, 25 to 0 seconds left on the duration. Because then you're like, oh, it's not worth it. 20 seconds, I'll be up soon. But now he is alive and they're still committing.
coming in. They find Zephyr first. Can they bring it down? Forza will keep him safe for now. Kaltizat stops the Monkey King ultimate a second time. Meliodas not in flying shape anymore. Can we get it off? No mana, no life points. And he falls. They get the initial kill. But they're losing so much. Every hero about to be killed on the side of Happy Feet. A full 5-man wipe and they call it now. GG, well played indeed. Yeah.
Radiant victory.
Yeah. Again, especially against Happy Feet, who you'd figure they'd be in a roll. Even had some warm-up earlier today, I believe. Yeah, they played a game Pro Dota Cup before this game here, but, well, RQ. Believing in their anti-mage, believing in their ability to come back into this.
Good game. Few sloppy misplays, I feel, from Happy Feet, but well kind of strung out.
10 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It's time for game number 2 here in the very first series of the JoinDOTA League Season 11 for the Southeast Asian Division. It's time for Happy Feet versus RRQ. We actually won game number 1, maybe unexpectedly here, with some pretty good anti-mage late game plays. Happy Feet, well, gonna have to try something different, and they might get the chance. Night Stalker making it through the bandit phase, and now picked up immediately for them. My name is DragonDrop. I'm joined by Gareth. How are you doing, man?
Yeah, doing pretty well. Yeah, Happy Feet definitely have to kind of clean up their act and make sure that they polish those mid-game and late-game movements. I don't think there was anything wrong with either side's draft. Both teams, played their heroes kind of as they were meant to be played. Everything went very well. You look at Jules's Earthshaker, did exceptionally. The only outlier maybe being the Enchantress was a bit of a weird hero in the draft overall, but it allowed them a lot of flexibility in their lanes, so it worked out in the end. This time around, Spirit Breaker gets through, though, in the hands of RRQ, as the Lich Nix had to be banned up by them, as they got the first pick this time, and Happy Feet, the Viper and the Jakiro, both removed, interestingly enough. Lots of very good laning pressure, and in fact, RRQ go for the Enchantress again.
I seem to be valuing that hero very highly. I mean, I know Empire also likes to run it whenever they can get their hands on it, to a point where it's consistently being banned out against them. But I believe it's one hands on me Pushka in a 4 position rather than a 3. Unless I misremember there. But now Necrophos also a very crazy hero in this day and age.
Yeah, exceptionally good against the physical damage of Spirit Breaker, or at least the enabling of damage from Spirit Breaker's charge and Nether Strike. And obviously Enchantress is very focused on just right-clicking people.
So some very solid, very interesting, and also promising first couple of picks. I mean, there's a bit of a dynamic between Night Stalker and Spirit Breaker, just these 4 position heroes. Where they want to be aggressive as much as they can, whereas especially the Spirit Breaker, but might have to tone it down a little bit at nighttime, which obviously is where the Night Stalker wants to be the one that just turns around gangs or initiates gangs of his own. So could see a bit of a back and forth there, but is there anything that you can already read here in terms of the overall game plan from either side?
Well, the AA is, a natural ban against the Necro. You just get rid of that hero. The the Bat Rider is more of an interesting one. Usually we see this Bat paired up with a Night Stalker. So why would you ban it Happy Feet? Why do you want to get rid of it? And it maybe indicates that they want to be pressuring towers and high ground, and perhaps even Roshan a little bit earlier. But also they don't want to be pigeonholed into a draft where they have to pick a Lifestealer or a Slark or something, like that to deal with a Bat Rider. So you've got those two kind of things there for you. RRQ's bans, a little more interesting for me. Ursa, hard counter against Enchantress, that's normal. But the Silencer, I don't know if it's just like a blanket Silencer ban, or if it indicates they want to change to Wombo Combo or something. Well, okay, yes, they want to change to Wombo Combo then. Here we go.
Darkseer, and now, well, there's a whole world of possibilities open for them. Like, starting with Sven, perhaps. I mean, they already have the Spirit Breaker, and like, how are they gonna lane this now? Is the thing. Like, Darkseer, Spirit Breaker, and then Enchantress in some sort of mid position? Because, like, Darkseer, Spirit Breaker is one of these almost old school combos. Just a lot of synergy between the Surge and the bash damage, and not to mention the Iron Shell on the space cow.
Yeah, I don't know. Enchantress could go anywhere. Like, I can't tell you. Yeah. Could be mid Enchantress. Could be that they've got Spirit Breaker and Ench in these kind of floating support hero roles where they have self-sustaining side laners. Darkseer Spirit Breaker is like a 1.5 lane, right? Then you have like for example, Razor in the safe lane. Then you have Enchantress come and help if you have a matchup that can work that way, or a Monkey King, for instance. But I think it's more likely Ench gets put into a core role here, and they look for that hard 5 support, someone who can buy all the wards,
Radiant team pick.
Although we have seen Spirit Breaker kind of slot into that role recently, but I don't know. This is bizarre to me.
That Juggernaut pick as well. Not the most obvious combinations with the Darks here. I would have expected something like a Sven or...
10
I don't know.
seconds remaining.
Well,
5 seconds
happy for you.
remaining.
They take the Disruptor and would have also been a good pick for RQ, obviously, with the Graded Synergy Vacuum, like plucking people back into the Kinetic Field and Static Storm combination, but...
I mean, they've picked Juggernaut for the Diffusal Blade. Like, that much is clear. Diffusal Blade is there for the Ghost Shroud. But I guess they've picked him over heroes, you know, like Weaver, because Weaver gets done by Disruptor, and Juggernaut has the spin to be able to get away from, you know, Glimpse and Kinetic Field. But it's a very early Jugger showing here. Just hiding their mid lane hero for as long as they possibly can.
What's Happy Feet do here? I mean, you have your 4, you have your 5. You have your Necrophos, which once again, very flexible hero. So, take some time now to think about what they want to do. What hero they actually expect in the middle lane. Could still be that last pick coming out from RQ, of course. So like, what's the strategy here? Do you just pick up another hero that synergizes well with your lineup? Some sort of combo hero together with the Disruptor, perhaps?
Dire team ban.
Sort of.
I don't know, because they've now got lots and lots of magic damage, right? And if you think about combo heroes, that's pretty much what they look towards, is magic damage, AoE damage, stuns. It feels kind of pigeonholey, but Puck does offer you a lot of the nuke that you were missing, so now you have multiple combos of heroes, Puck Disruptor, Puck Night Stalker, Necro Puck, can look for kills between them. So you're not heavily reliant on, you know, 1+1 equals we team fight.
Yeah.
But you're still missing someone who can go toe-to-toe with a Juggernaut, someone who can keep him controlled in team fights. You know, you want some kind of BKB piercing disable outside of just Reaper's Scythe, I feel.
Radiant team pick.
Wonder if that's just gonna end up being perhaps a Troll Warlord or something like that. Someone that can just straight up win the man fight. Also plenty of time to think about it now, I guess.
10 seconds remaining.
They're also kind of lacking is that push factor that they
5
had in the last
seconds
game from
remaining.
the Pugna. So yeah.
Dire team pick.
Find out now. Venomancer. Okay, that hero's still in the pool apparently. It's not one that they've run recently though. Last time they picked Venomancer was 4 days ago in BP Game Challenger League, whatever that is.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
It's... I mean, I guess we can sort of control the Juggernaut if we get the Gale off before the spin, but outside of that he's just as squishy as they come, for the most part. Not sure how I feel about this one. This is like all in into this idea, alright, we're gonna magic burst people down, and we're just gonna bully you into losing your towers. Now the Visage, Yabi picking that one up for the middle lane. Huh.
Prepare for
I mean, that seems to... Oh, YG, what have you done? You just ate a fairy fire for no reason.
Oh dear.
Oh, I only just caught it, but randomly. Poor guy.
Unfortunate.
Well, that notwithstanding, but yeah, that seems to be a general idea, right? Just run at people, just scythe them down, just use the dream call every single time it's off cooldown, just keep up the pressure with every single hero, not just the Night Stalker. We'll see if they can do that, because RRQ, they have some pressure potential of their own. Also because of the Spirit Breaker, Enchantress as well. Looks to be this roaming duo combo, whatever you want to call it.
So they are going for the 2/4 roll heroes.
Yeah.
So what's
anyway?
What's happening? Mid Visage, 2/4 roll heroes there. Spirit Breaker. I guess Spirit Breaker is more of a 5 nowadays, really. As Enchantress should probably get more of the farm priority in this game. Offlane Darkseer. Then you're going to have this Juggernaut who's going to be left alone. He's already pressured through a full tango by Jules Night Stalker. Yep. Surely.
This lane is going to be up against the Pug, which is far from a good matchup solo.
the battle begins.
We'll see how it works out, or whether RRQ will have to devote some of these roaming resources towards the top lane. I mean, other than that, you have some pretty nice lanes to gank, one would imagine.
Okay, they rotate their lanes. Yeah.
Yeah.
They put the Juggernaut down at bot lane, have him matched up with the Spirit Breaker against this Disruptor and the Necro, because these two heroes, they're very good when they're winning their lane and playing aggressively, but if they're being pushed upon with Orb of Venom on the Spirit Breaker already, they can struggle. And Enchantress is even lurking around in this Radiant jungle, potentially wanting the Courier Snipe, but more importantly, just going to pick up a creep.
And finds a decent more Centaur Conqueror. If you manage to wrap around onto somebody from behind, perhaps the middle lane even, you can turn that into a kill. But down bottom, doesn't look like this lane is all that much better for the time being. I mean, you have 2 melee heroes against 2 ranged heroes to start with.
Yeah, but as long as the melee heroes can get up in the face of the ranged heroes, it works out in their favor. You know, they've got better attack animations, better damage, and the Orb of Venom is incredibly potent. The trouble is getting there, because of course Spirit Breaker with Bash level 1 doesn't have that gap close. And they can't really rely on a Juggernaut with no boots to be able to spin forward. You know, he has 300 move speed and Boots Necro has 330. So it is going to be a little more difficult than maybe they'd want.
Well, I can rely on mid lane though. That is, Zephyr has 2 creeps, just waiting for an opportunity to go in onto the Venomancer, just waiting for him to step into the river. But so far unlucky, and might have to refresh that Centaur now if he wants to keep it. There it is.
Spirit Breaker down to 7 HP bot lane, had to pop a salve just to stay alive. He had Thunderstrike and right clicks coming at him. He gets away, and I think Juggernaut happy to be alive as well.
Yeah. It looks like Enchantress finally abandoning this attempt in the middle lane, and gets a boundary rune. Runs into Jeffy Vash. Not much else happening here, one would imagine. Alright, so this bottom lane, so far not actually a decent start, considering that Kel'Thuzad and Necrophos is sitting at very similar last hits, to say the least. But now in this middle lane, forcing Venomancer to the side. So stabilizing this one a little bit. And this top lane, it's a Darkseer, right? It's kind of used to this offlane position, and Jules spending a lot of this early minutes putting a lot of pressure on him and zoning him out for the puck. So
I love Visage mid so much.
I was going to ask you about that, because that's a hero that I have seen do ridiculous things in a core role like this.
Oh,
You think, oh, what?
Enchantress.
That's a Courier Snipe. Meanwhile, Charge down bottom, that's trying to spin down Rappy, and well, Ghost Shot's not really helping you against this. Needs to go for some more heals, has it now, but the first blood will still be spilled. Kel'Thuzad, well, does not have enough mana for healing wards, but Jules will be able to run him down. He's juking, he's diving, he's doing it.
Oh, they can't find the Jugger. He's away.
Absolute disaster here in this bottom lane. Lose 2 heroes, including the first blood. Now another charge. Looking for Jules too. Zephyr makes rotation in. Follow-up stun there from the center.
Oh, misses.
This Night Stalker, yeah, he's gonna die here unless he can juke just as well as kill 2 that, but nah, it's not to be.
They didn't get them with a Santa Blast, but this Enchantress Spirit Breaker, oh my god. I doubted the 2 roaming 4s, and well, my doubt has been shut the hell up. This rotation to the bot lane, absolutely insane. They go for
again.
more.
Follow-up stump is there again, and Rappy.
What?
Bash just to put the cherry on top. It's alright, this is exactly what we said needed to happen for RRQ, right?
Yeah, I just didn't know how they would manifest it, and apparently this is some serious magic. But yeah, the mid lane, the Visage, I love it so much. We've seen from the new Fnatic a lot of Excalibur mid Visage in Southeast Asia, and really has brought it to the forefront of the kind of Southeast Asian meta once again. Where the 6th scan, they'll know Night Stalker is lurking around. They already had this inkling, so that's not going to come to anything. But yeah, the mid Visage is kind of slow starting. You know, you get a few last hits here and there, you grave chill, you trade, you're like a DK, you know, you trade farm and you piss off your opponents. You're not going to win the lane. It's very hard to win the lane. But then level 6 comes around and you send these little familiars all over the map looking for kills. If you have one setup stun, which, you know, in this case they've got charge, they've got potential enchantress creatures to set up for familiar stuns. Is Veno in trouble?
If they get another bash here, they actually dodge the Q. So the answer is yes.
The sidestep
from Night Stalker, trying to turn things around, but hey, that's level 6. Familiar is a little bit too scary to fight into at this point.
Man. Yeah, the sidestep of the Gale there, really nicely done by Yabby. But this Visage, you know, we see some serious like peaks and troughs in terms of what the hero can do in games. You know, level 1 you're annoying, level 3 you've got the points and soul assumption potentially. But it's once you get to like level 7, 8 when you're fully tanky with Gravekeeper's Cloak, so you and your familiar is like ungankable pretty much if they're nearby you. You can't be killed. It is just ridiculously strong. Then you start going into your nuke where you're able to react and rotate around the map looking for kills and team fights. But it's the tower pressure you get, the kind of scouting ability of the familiars, the global presence, and the nuke damage and the tankiness all rolled into one means that you can itemize, you know, a number of different ways. You're this very dynamic, flowing mid-hero that isn't really pigeonholed into, you know, buying a Bloodstone or needing to buy a Blink or a Shadow Blade or having to buy lots of damage. You can go for utility if you want to. You know, Solar Crest, buy the AC, buy a Mjolnir, buy a Hex. There's lots of avenues open up to you with this hero.
Toxic dives top, but meanwhile down bottom the charge comes in again onto Rapid. They didn't quite have the follow-up in place, but well, they have a Dark Troll Summoner, they have a Sand Conqueror, they want to find Rappy, but the turnaround is there. A couple more TPs, the charge is still coming through on the Park, who's taking a lot of damage himself. The follow-up slowdown will net them another kill here, and Rappy and Jesse Vash, well, back into the safety of the trees. But how safe is it really? He wants make sure that RRQ can continue to fight. TP out from the Necro. Jules taking over here, charge through onto the Disruptor. He should be another casualty here. Jules, okay, looking for Zephyr, bursting down with the help of the tower.
Nicely done.
Just like that, and Hazel, just TPing straight out.
So it looks like a good fight down there for the Dire team, right? RRQ, they're diving, they're getting kills, they're really piling this momentum on, but Necro TP'd out, so he didn't die. They also got a kill mid lane between Jules. Is Koala okay? Okay, they've got no glimpse, he's fine.
Nowhere.
So, mid lane, they popped the Poison Nova, a Gale, and Night Stalker was there. They killed the Visage. They finally killed him as he was playing aggressively onto the Veno and nearly found an actual kill of his own with his familiars. Barely missed out on it. But them finding the Visage there is huge. Them kind of stemming the flow bot lane. Jules, 2 good rotations. This first nighttime has worked out, pretty decently for him as he brings his team back into the game almost.
Can they get the Juggernaut here? Dive deep. There's not enough mana for another Void, but they use the coil instead. The charge not connecting. They decide to cancel it in the end. YG, well, he's also kind of been the X factor in some of these attempts. Just now netting another kill. There's a charge again. This time very low Jules. He also runs into Zephyr in the middle of that. not something that the puck can necessarily protect you from. Can he get the kill here though? Zephyr, one more right click is enough despite the heals. He's doing it, man. He's doing it.
That was super close though. That was super close to the heal coming through and being enough to keep him alive. But Jules made some very good rotations, you know, securing that kill on Juggernaut, and now looking for one onto the Spirit Breaker, but he just TP's out. He's too tanky.
Yeah. It's the worst feeling as a Night Stalker. Like you just find someone, it's like, yeah, let's go, nuke him down with the Void, and then it's like, oh yeah, they have a TP, I have nothing left to cancel it now.
And he's
just use my Void.
And he used his
like,
ulti for it as well, which is pretty huge.
Yeah. Can you do anything else with that now? It doesn't seem like there's an opening. Put Darkseer down bottom now, that's the highest value kill. Kill 2 dot. Catching up in the top lane. Very interesting item build that he has. What's
he got?
Like Headless, Ring of Health,
yeah, I mean, he's had a few struggles this game, hey. he's had to do this, you know, you get the headdress because there's Heartstopper aura against you. You're jungling for a lot of the time in this game. He finally gets to his safe lane and, well, he buys a helm, actually finishes the item off. It's going to be interesting there. Maybe you just give it to your Enchantress and say, here's another boot for you to micro.
The smoke up here that has been scouted out by the scan, but it's still gonna connect with a charge on the Venomancer. They need a little bit more damage and they've got it. He does get his ultimate off. And Happy Feet, they were ready for it. They will get a few counter kills here at the very least. The Spirit Breaker will eventually tick out. And YG looking for more, gets extra news from the champ. The heals this time they are enough. A bit of a turn on Siabi, still in the middle of that. The glimpse back, not quite getting inside the kinetic field. YG does have an orb.
Nice.
Oh, barely dodging that. Solo Assumption there at the end.
Sick disjoint. Orb was just coming off cooldown like that. That was fractions of a second of, you know, realization, understanding, then execution. Perfect out from Yaj. Oh man, that was nice to watch. But a huge scrappy team fight mid again. Happy Feet kind of just scraping their way through, trying to reclaim areas of this map as the Spirit Breaker has been so potent in his movements, his charges. You know, raindrops, of course, going to be very important here as the Ben-Hur Venomancer mid has already burnt through 4 charges of raindrops against the charge and the bash of Spirit Breaker. You know, non-stop and relentless in their aggression.
It's a charge from the backlines here. We'll catch Jules now into the spin, into the follow-up control. They're just going straight up burst Rappy down.
Easy peasy.
Keep making it work. Hey, YG.
I'll
be a bit careful here. I just know that Spirit Breaker is looking for another charge opportunity here. Might find it now with the Ward Beam drop down. Alright, well, it is nighttime. Also bring Yabby in. Yeah, they'll secure the tower. So a bit of a show of force. Happy Feet unable and unwilling to go back into this one.
Yeah, they're getting their levels on, it drops it though. Closing in on 6, and yeah, okay, there we go. With a Tome, he actually completes it, so Static Storm and a Smoke available from Happy Feet. They'll have all of their abilities ready in about 30 seconds when the Gale from Venomancer comes back up. So likely to group up around him. They TP Rappy down there, and that's exactly what they're going to do. Try and group up around a Venomancer team fight, but already Spirit Breaker and Darkseer playing aggressively here, very far forward. And that's going to lead to a Reaper Scythe and perhaps even more.
Yeah, Gale will connect. Arcel next on the list, goes for another charge, but can't even connect it, just dies too fast, so... Well, try to go for the Venomancer. They would have brought him down if it wasn't for Rappy already making that rotation, so... Bit unfortunate, to say the least, for RRQ. Also lose the tower on top, so it's... Happy Feet just equalizing the souls deficit straight off the bat. Oh. Yeah, you find him inside the Static Storm. 3 heroes around Poor Visage. Charge coming through, that'll probably not be finished though.
Visage did finish his Midas though, so he already got 1 use out of it, he'll be happy.
Oh yeah.
Whereas Venomancer just completes his over on Ben-Hur. But yeah, Visage, the talents are ridiculous. You know, going back to that topic we had a few minutes ago. Buying a Hand of Midas on your mid Visage, being able to get 30% XP gain You know, in 5 minutes he'll be like level 15 or something ridiculous like that. The speed at which this guy gains levels, and then at 15 you get plus 50 damage, which of course as a core hero is absolutely sick. Then double soul assumption we don't see too often. It's pretty weird. It does give a lot of damage, but it's, you know, situational. Perhaps here against squishy heroes like Disruptor, like Venomancer, even the Necro with the Ghost Shroud, it could be incredibly potent. But we'll hold on to this thought because the charge in down bot lane.
Try for this again here. The Glimpse back immediately though into the silence, but now the Omni Slash onto Jessivash, bringing him down. The spin across the kinetic field and looking for more. They find the tower first. YG gets the counter kill. Now another charge, good cancel there. Coil on 4. Was trying to find an opening into this, and they will find it. The ultimate there from the Venomancer catches a couple of heroes to try to bring down the Spirit Breaker. Now looking for more. Another spin here as Kel'Thuzad turns around for a second, but the Scythe in the back will hold Yabi in place, and well, okay, turns it around. Almost gets here the Venomancer with the familiar drop down.
In the meantime,
YG, yeah,
he's freshly purchased Blink Dagger just chases the Juggernaut all the way back towards his tier 2. Huge fight for Happy Feet. This is now their game. They're in control of things. Nighttime for another minute and a half or so they could take full control of the rest of this map. Look for some deep wards into the dire jungle to the north. Look for the tier 1 top lane. Really look to, you know, convert this teamfight win and the items you get from it into something bigger, into map control, into more objectives. But Puck.
You just blinked in here, of course. If you see the Spirit Breaker coming, if you're somewhat fast with your reflexes, you can always dodge that out with the phase shift. Oh man. I believe before this action you were going on about the Visage talents. Actually, I got a question here about the Soul Assumption double strike.
It prioritizes heroes and illusions.
But it hits 2 different targets, right?
Yeah.
Like the Phantom Assassin double daggers?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll see what he decides.
Like if you're stomping, I could see it being nice, but 300 health on a guy with Gravekeeper's Cloak and potentially a Solar Crest and a Hood, which he's building now. That 300 health goes a long way. You know, your effective HP off that is like 700 or something crazy.
Yeah.
Maybe even more. I don't know. Gravekeeper's Cloak is that super, you know, wonky ability.
Well, another charge. Another kill, more than likely. Here is Jules. There's no support whatsoever, but it is nighttime. He's pretty fast on his feet. They will need to keep vision on him if they want to keep him controlled, and they can't quite find it. So he just gets away. YG though, they keep taps on him for sure with the charge. They're not quite comfortable committing more.
Catching Puck is super difficult. We've already seen Yaj get himself out of charges. Just a nice little orb and phase shift. Bot lane, Enchantress stuck around for a little bit too long here, I think.
Comes back into the kinetic field. Should be a fairly straightforward kill here with the Reaper Scythe. The heals will prevent the extra death time at the very least. But a kill's a kill.
Yeah, a kill is a kill. What does Darkseer have? Does he have pipe complete yet? No, not quite.
Okay. He does have I don't know, Cloak and Ring of Hell. That's for the hood from the Visage. Is that on the ready and available on Kura? Go through the Aghanim Scepter next, so the classic Visage build. To just give you that extra familiar to work with. Right, so where's this game going now? Because we've seen a lot of action, a lot of kills, but not so many tower pushes. I mean, the side lane towers have been taken down from both sides, but the tier 1 mids have been still standing.
I mean, Juggernaut has just been AFK farming this entire past 10 minutes, right? He started bot lane, he went top, they put a bit of pressure on him, but now he's been farming reasonably well, and he's almost at a point where you can look to start joining team fights as this Juggernaut. You know, level 12, he'll have the 2 points in Omni Slash, things will all look pretty happy, but overall, it honestly feels like both sides are pretty happy just kind of pushing out lanes and making sure that they get the items they need, you know? We look at both of these teams, and they are very item and level dependent. So, clashing in team fights is it's an uncertainty, right? It's this situation where you could win, you could lose. We're not quite sure which way it's going to swing until we know what items we have and what items our opponent has. The thing is, though, with the Radiant having Midas and his Venomancer 4 staff ready, their items are coming out that little bit faster because they'd won the last team fight or two. Because RRQ had put themselves in kind of odd situations where the Puck was able to exploit it with the initial blink. And now with Dagon coming out of Yaj, there's going to be a lot of nuke damage and even more difficult to kill as the Yule Scepter is also available.
Yep. Dagon especially useful in conjunction with the Reaper Scythe and the Veil. Yeah, the next way of the kinetic field, a bit of a silence poke. Just to secure the tower. He even gets the last hit on it. And now there's the coil. Onto a hero, the snapper immediately. Chandler's trying to get his way out, and now the charge in the back. Oh no! That's a good vacuum into a wall. They already lost the disruptor, and they will lose the Venomancer more than likely. Maybe not though. YG still on hunt. There's the Scythe as Rappy comes in from behind, and that region is definitely gonna be super useful. Yule Scepter's up to keep himself alive, but now he takes the Omni Slash. One Ghost Shot will transfer over to Jules, so it's 4 heroes down for only 2. Still, Social will be dodged. Puck, the only one left standing. This particular team fight.
So yeah, remember what I was saying about team fight uncertainty at this point and how both teams would probably be happy with
okay.
maybe sitting back and farming. Look at how weird this team fight is. It's even extended into a kill on the Visage at the back. Like, this is how uncertain things and how tumultuous things are in this game right now. It's relatively even. There were a few key items on Happy Feet that they felt were enough to go and take a team fight. You know, Veil, Yules, or Necro, 4 staff, even a Hurricane Pike finished on that Venomancer. And of course Puck with the Blink Yules. But you always have to remember this Visage incredibly tanky, difficult to kill. The Juggernaut hit level 13 in fact before he used his Omni Slash. So he got extra mileage out of that, but just a Darkseer max vacuum with a level 1 wall was enough to halt the team fight, make sure that everything's slowed down, and Happy Feet overextended with what? A Dreamcoil on an Enchantress, which they desperately tried to kill as quickly as they could. It was just messy. Messy. But it buys time for the Dire, buys time for the Juggernaut more importantly. Diffusal Blade's nearly done and he's becoming a hero. Slowly but surely, drag and drop. The Juggernaut is a hero.
For the first time in this game, but again, it's also worth remembering that last game he was shut down even harder than this game, even arguably on this anti-mage, and he was able to come back in style. And now with the Diffusal Blade, you kind of a discount anti-mage. All you need is a Blink Dagger on top of that.
Yeah, but AM is a comeback hero. He farms very fast once you get one item. Juggernaut,
oh yeah,
the balance between fighting and farming is very hard. It's a very hard line to toe, you know.
Oh, with the Diffusal Blade, he'll certainly be able to fight. You can... It's not just good against the Ghost Shards, it's also good against the Yule Scepters. But Happy Feet starting to build up. Might be an opportunity to even get the Puck. Just catch him with what he's not expecting it. We'll see. As game slowed down a little bit, but not for too long. Looks like they group up for a smoke, and there it is. This Bird Break Enchantress combo has been doing a lot of work early on, but now, well, they should find this extra kill here in the bottom, especially with Koala also being around. Yeah. And is this falling off anytime soon? This charge into just quick pickups?
See.
Well, looks like I want to defend this anyway though. Jules already sitting inside. Got the Puck here, and there it is. Ultimate from the Venomancer, coil on 2. The charge coming through onto 2 heroes in the pack with the Stag Storm. Glimpse back on Darkseer on the edge, but they find the Juggernaut first before he can do anything else in this fight. So RQ called retreat Koala pretty damn fast with the search, but that'll expire, and well, that'll expire with his death. The Puck shows up, that fresh little Dagon.
I'm gonna run in your tower and you're gonna kill me. Okay. We're gonna run in your tower and you're gonna kill us. Okay. What a ridiculous series of events, honestly.
Zephyr?
Yeah, I think the Enchantress might just be in a bit of trouble here.
Yeah. Blink, couple of nukes, Gale.
Dagon level 1 surely paying off there for the Puck, though. Yaj finally gets it and shows it off to great use in that last team fight. Zaps down one hero immediately as they got, you know, a couple of good ultis off. Not the perfect synchronization of the Gale as well as the Dream Coil. They were only able to catch a couple with the coil at the tail end. But all in all, you know, decent static storm placement forced the opponents to either stand and fight or fully retreat, and they got caught in that kind of back and forth thinking process between the two. And by then it was too late. But here, Happy Feet have run towards a tier 2. A good glimpse back, and a Hurricane Pike will slow things down, but Juggernaut's chasing.
Oh, stands up before he can get his ultimate off, so far so good, but Venomancer is still isolated from the rest, so we'll end up dropping regardless.
Okay, I've got a piece.
Laying a bit of pressure.
I've got a piece of advice for these two teams. Stop running at your opponent's tier 2s, because it is very, very dangerous, and they will kill you.
Well, maybe that's the reason why Park decided, hey, let's just take these tier 2s out.
Yep.
Haha. Can't die tier 2s if they're dead, I guess. Finds us pushing gold. Meanwhile, Yabi doing the same, just farming up top, keeping that lane out. Yeah, Happy Feet overall with these last couple of events. They've been able to gain themselves quite a decent gold lead, up to 7.5k, the highest that it's ever been in this game. About 10k experience as well.
Yeah, that Venomite is paying off. You know, we talked about the Visage and the talents over on that hero, but of course Venomancer, 30% XP gain with a Hand of Midas, also looking very, very good for himself. How are they balancing up actually? Visage level 17, Veno level 18, but closing in on the level 19 at this point.
Such a full level ahead at this point. And, well, Venomancer has some pretty sick later talents as well. The plus 75 damage turns him into a vulnerable right-clicker. When you get to the level 25, most people opt for the 3 times Plague Ward, HP and damage. They have then, like, what, 1250 health points and 120 damage or something similar?
Yeah, they become, like, they're obnoxious as they are. You know, they're annoying right now, but when you get that talent, it's just, you can't get past it. It scars you for life.
Takes so long to get rid of them, especially if you don't really have a big right clicker right now. The only one they have obviously is the Juggernaut, but he doesn't really want to take time away from his busy life to get rid of Plague Wards that will be replenished in a couple of seconds. Shot will be dodged. Yash might still be in trouble, but he's a puck, so not really.
Yeah, a bit of a misplay by Spirit Breaker.
Time Zephyr. Well, they get the scythe. Not quite the kill with it. So again, he was doing at least that and giving you that extra 20 seconds.
It also doesn't give the stacks to the Necro, who's pretty low on mana. Would have been nice, but he just Ghost Shrouds up anyway. But yeah, a bit of misplay by the Spirit Breaker up at top. Should have backed away so the Waning Rift wouldn't have landed on him, and then he'd get another strike land, you know, on the puck, regardless of what happens, since Phase Shift had already been used. But it's just one of those things where you've committed in, you've charged in, you don't have, you know, the mental reasoning capability in that 0.3 seconds. You know, it's humanly incapable to just be like, I need to back off. You have to have planned it ahead of time.
Bottom lane could be a bit dangerous here, Rappy and Ben-Hur. So just get an email that I've got a €2 coupon for pizza.de. Hooray.
Sick.
Incredible. Alright, they're going up to level 3 now. Level 4, okay. 1,000 gold away from the max level Dagon, so this puck will be zapping people down left, right, and center before long.
And you've got Night Stalker running around with like 3,000 gold.
Field Scepter. For Yabi here, very tanky target to bring down. Another charge from back, vacuum Static Storm to try and give them some space. For Rabbi, well, will be able to keep himself alive. Enchantress first one to fall. The coil keeping 2 in range. Koala tracking in down in the end. Meanwhile, well, they do finish up the Necrophos at the very least. The 3 heroes will take a spill in return.
Now get the Disruptor in the back.
Maybe they get another one, okay.
That's, so that's every spell except Omni Slash and Reaper Scythe and being cast, pretty much.
That might still be thrown out right now. The Silence, though, the Dagon, so much damage. We'll be able to finish him up together with the Venomancer, and now, well, follow up on Yabi. It looks to be a full
double soul assumptions. They look fancy, and it may seem like it's sick, but I think the 300 health may have served him a little better in that fight. I don't know. the damage does start to add up.
Oh, there it is. And okay, he's just doing some fights. Boatbreaker is actually straight up be dead here, but it's getting some help from Zephyr, but the call being used. But actually would have controlled damage, so... Not sure about this one, Gareth.
No.
The reign of the Spirit Breaker might finally be over.
Yeah, it's a tough one. Juggernaut doesn't get the Omnislash out because of silence and Dagon zaps and all of this nonsense. But it was a decently taken fight there by Happy Feet. They managed to get the initiation they wanted, managed to get their spells out. The chase afterwards, though, is really what secured them that, true victory. Getting the 2 big cores at the tail end as well, realizing that, hey, we've got this mobile puck, we can keep on going, cooldowns are flowing, we don't necessarily need a Reaper Scythe or a big Poison Nova. We can just keep on going and right-clicking. We saw that Venno hit level 20 already. Plus 75 damage is a significant amount, like you're mentioning. Has the Maelstrom now to go for the right clicks, which we were kind of missing in the draft. Something that we were looking for, but the Venno fills that role now after the early stages of the game have gone. I do worry about this Enchantress, though. Hood and Dragonlance, you'd love a little bit more.
He's been under a lot of pressure here time and time again. He's trying to find farm, but being caught out. Now, well, the charge comes through, but this might just very well be a bait. The entire Radiant lineup sitting in this general area. Now Q still get caught out despite backing off. Zephyr, okay. Coil extra nuke jewels. Just to make sure now they're looking for more Night Stalker ultimate. Trying to restrict the vision a little bit more, but they even catch a Spirit Breaker. Yule Scepter, Silence, and a Zap down. Ouch.
In typical JD fashion, we have a 1-1 in our best of 2 to start things off. Looks like it's going that way. Happy Feet, they've come back from adversity here. Now 14,000 net worth ahead. Only about 9 kills, but with jump-ins like that from the puck, this is a well-deserved victory, honestly. A little bit of pressure down bottom lane here from the Juggernaut, but I don't know if it'll be able to accomplish too much as they're losing their first lane of racks already. He does have an Alpha Wolf. He's chipping away at tier 3s, but the fight proper kicks off.
Static Storm will help finish up the Visage here. He'll get the Reaper side kill. He does have buyback, but he's not going to have Familiars. So it's not really all that useful. They do lose the tier 3. Voyage made the rotation back, but nothing to cancel with the TP or the spin TP with. That's a Happy Feet now call the retreat and should be able to make it pretty fast on the feet. But the charge coming through will be cancelled out. Or counteracted by the glimpse, but still get the Omnislash off onto Yule Scepter though.
He's not diffusal blading.
Oh no, he did not diffusal bladed it. That was so weird, not killed through that. Maybe a bit flustered here. We'll try to spin his way back. Astle on the Spirit Breaker, trying to give him the space, but man, plenty of force stops. They do track him down as well. Buyback already used on Darkseer. Spirit Breaker dead as well. Just bleeding so much, and it just can't be bothered anymore.
Yeah, look at the Puck. Puck has been blinking and orbing and jumping and jaunting, just like, please guys, leave some for me. Let me get here. Doesn't arrive in time though, unfortunately, and then instantly disconnects from the game. But yes, GG. Well played to both teams. A 1-1 draw is how we end up in this best of 2 to kick.
Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick. Dire team pick.
Lich.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
Enchantress.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
Fellow shaman.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban.
There's a warrior.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
Bat Rider!
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
Earth Spirit.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
Monkey King.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban.
Dark Seer.
Ten seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. Radiant team pick. Dire team pick.
Queen of Pain.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Choose your hero. "30 seconds to battle." The battle begins.
Kind and sweet.
My thanks.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
No gold for you. Double damage! Gotcha!
First blood.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
Double damage.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Where are you going? My sprites are with us.
The wild spirits.
What surge is this?
What ails you?
Excellent.
Worthy tribute.
Feast for the flesh fly.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
Regeneration.
Radiant's top tower has fallen. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Arms for the dead.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
The forest creeps.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Nature attend us.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Denied.
Healing power.
Gold and sweet.
Fleet feet.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
Temperature.
Dearly departed. Thanks.
Fortune's changed. Invisibility.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Have we here?
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has fallen. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Power.
Coin for me.
Excellent.
Worthy tribute.
Fortunes change.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
There shall be shakers by the
The shot is falling to your Dire. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Through the other.
sepsis.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Radiant structures are fortified. Nature guide us. Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's middle barracks are under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower has fallen.
finished.
For the dead.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has been denied.
Purulent corpse.
Fortune's changed.
Invisibility.
Radiant's bottom barracks have fallen. Radiant's bottom barracks have fallen. Under attack.
What surge is this?
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Gone.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower has fallen. Radiant's top barracks have fallen.
Haste!
The Dire now have mega creeps.